with the serving pressure also comes in line size. The dispensing line size, a lot of people have found that with 1/4 inch and bigger line, you end up with more foam, you end up with a lot more head in your glass than you want. What I found personally works well for me is I use 3/16 line, and you want to make sure you have about 5 or 6 feet on it so that the velocity in the line, there's a mathematical equation that works out that you want your line pressure to be at 0 when it's exiting the tap, and that'll help with a constant pour. Well, that's kind of hookup. Does anybody have any questions on hookup on any of the regulators or fittings or anything like that? All right.
Are you going to get into like the charging time? You said like
yes.
You're going to talk about that later.
Yep, I can talk about that right now. This is a good point. A lot of people, there's really no right and wrong way for carbonation, for time-wise. With that serving pressure chart, you can set it and forget it, is what they call it, and that's where you're setting it at your serving pressure temperature of 6 to 10 and leaving it for a period of probably about a week, and that way it'll carbonate through that way. A lot of people will force carbonate and it's ready a lot sooner than that. I've found that 40-20 works for me, and what that means is I'll set my regulator at 40 psi for 24 hours. I'll bleed it off out of the bleeder valve, turn it down to 20 psi for 24 hours, and then rest it at 8. Generally that works well for me. Other people say if you shake the keg with carbonation in there, you can get it drinkable sooner. I've found doing it that way that you have a higher chance of over-carbonating your beer, but you have to let it rest anyways at that point. So I always recommend set it and forget it with the serving pressure, or 40-20, and then rest it at the 8. Any other questions on that? Cool. You guys haven't thrown any brain stumpers out yet for me here. So.
The pressure of the tank when you get it?
It's going to be, it's all dependent on ambient temperature, but you're going to be in the 1,000 to 1,200 range, more than likely. Sometimes a little more if it's hot out, sometimes a little less. But the weight on the tanks, how they fill them, is the same way they fill propane tanks. So they throw it on a scale, they zero at the scale, and then they fill it to 5 pounds. So you're getting 5 pounds of volume in the tank, and that's where the 5 pound, 10 pound, and 20 pound comes in. It's not the physical weight of the tank, it's the weight of the gas inside.